Die, motherfucker! No way! Did you see it? No way! Did you see it? 0%! And I'm lost! I am lost! Shit! No, no. I ran out of time. Architect Trials, the mode that has been expected by many players, and let's discuss in this video, is it really worth the hype? How is it going? I'm going to share my thoughts about it. I'm going to share also some tips about how I was able to complete it up to tier 11. With the 12, it's a whole another story. Holy Jesus, it's just something. I'm not even sure that people who are reaching like 3 million TP are going to be really that easy to manage it, to complete it. I'm not sure about it. Maybe, maybe not. I didn't see any other content creators. I just didn't have time. Maybe someone already completed it. Me personally, I had struggles with the last stage, which was surprising for me, not gonna lie, because tier 10 it was really easy. Tier 12 it was like not just a difference by a mile, but by a freaking 1 billion light years. So yeah, let's talk about it. Well, in general, when we're talking about the Architect Trials, you need to understand that it's pretty much the similar thing like Battlefield of Trials challenges, where you had, if I remember correctly, 15 stages, and they were like going from the easiest one to harder, and it was based on the total power. They were available for SGW and for hunters, so we had two options. Here it's pretty much similar. The whole difference that they have united hunters and SGW, and they're going one by one. Like as you can see, for example, from the very beginning, it's going to be first stage with hunters, then with SGW, and it's going so on. You have recommended elements. For hunters right now it's the wind element, for SGW it's the water element, and you have several difficulties. The whole difference in compared to the challenges that we had is that you're able to select the difficulty for you. It's a good thing, not gonna lie, because people can manage the amount of rewards, the, let's say, difficulty based on their total power, which they're able to complete or not. You're able to start with the most difficult, and as soon as you're going to complete the stage, you won't be able to go higher or lower. You're going to stay in the same place as you have completed for the first time. It's going to be available for 1 month, but we all know this, it's not that interesting. Obviously, the most interesting thing is about the hype in general, about this mode. So, my thoughts about it. When we're talking about the most difficult level, let's say, yeah, the whole thing that you have certain penalties. Basically, they're going to limit you to a certain extent. Enemies are going to be more tough. You will have higher numbers of levels. You will have higher numbers in terms of total power. They're going to recover HP. They're going to be hard to break. What else? Dashes. Cooldown is going to be reduced. So it adds the aspect of challenge for sure, not gonna lie, and especially if you're going to start with the highest number, with the highest difficulty. For now it's tough, and by progressing it's become more and more difficult. How it's going to be in a while, it's a good question. I don't have answers so far. I didn't see again people who already reached 3 million TP. Is it easy for them or not? That really, but it's definitely something cool for now. The most interesting part that at the end we actually have the boss, at least right now, from the Workshop of Brilliant Light, the Davorka, or from the story mode. And oh my god, she is freaking bitch. She's insane. Well, what can I say as well? Water element for SGW sucks. It is. It's a fact. and nobody is going to say anything opposite. And I'm going to provide you like just showcases. You will see everything on your own, and you will understand how actually bad the water element for SGW, and how actually is important for SGW to freaking balance his weapons first of all, because water element whatsoever is that, even with the scythe, even with the new skill, they not worth it at all. And I mean, the skill on its own, it's kinda decent, the water one. I mean, it's able to deal a certain amount of damage, quite a good amount of damage. But in general, the funny thing that, for example, tier 10 with SGW, I wasn't able to complete first of all on time with the water setup. I'm going to show you what I was using, and it's going to be kinda crazy, and I have the feeling that, for example, for tier 12 this strategy is going to be pretty much similar. It just requires me to farm maybe some more levels, maybe, I don't know, gain a little bit more TP, I don't know. But she's annoying because she's moving from one place to another, she's all over the map, and it's kinda tough to just hit her. The main issue is just she is moving a lot. And also the fact is that if, for example, you're going to summon shadows, this bitch is going to target them. She's going to be whenever and wherever is possible, but not in front of you. And in my case, I was missing a lot of hits, and with the build which I'm going to show you, I was able to... The best my run was when I brought her to 45% of HP, I believe. When, for example, with the water setup, after freaking 1.5 minutes being in a battle, I was able to deal only 10% of damage to her. Can you imagine? Also, the whole trick here, for example, when we're talking about SGW and the maximum difficulty level, yeah, is that bosses are going to recover HP. And they're going to recover HP from whoever they're going to target. Is it going to be shadows? Is it going to be you? If they're going to hit your shadows or SGW, they're going to recover HP. And I was just trying this out before I have used Maylin Fisher. So the whole situation is that you need to have unrecoverable effect, which in our case for SGW we have a recommended water element. I'm not sure if we're going to use the hunters from not recommended element. Is it going to provide us some penalties or not? I'm not sure about it. I guess not, it's not Battlefield of Time. But anyways, yeah, I was using Vetcha to have an unrecoverable effect. I was using Cyrene for break. She is a great breaker, she's a great support unit for SGW, and all bosses, they have a break bar. At least if I recall it correctly at the end. I'm not sure about the first stages, I just went through them without paying a lot of attention. And additional support unit, it can be whoever, but for the last bosses, again, total power, break effectiveness, on your own, without additional break supporter, is going to be really tough. So yeah, for MP recovery, actually, believe it or not, but battles they are kinda long, and when we're talking about certain builds, SGW is not able to recover MP, and he's not able to reduce the amount of MP needed to not lose some other stats, which are kinda matters a lot. And in my case, I was using the new Shadow Skull as a Shadow Authority. I believe it's a good pick. Maybe something else is going to work better. I didn't try it so far. I need to maybe adjust the strategy. But yeah, for support units, I was using just whatever is possible to gain as much TP as I could. For SGW, it was 4 pieces Curse, 4 pieces Obsidian set. Pretty much standard, straightforward. For the weapons, now. Yep. Wind setup. With the fact that wind is actually a resistant element for bosses. Believe it or not, but it works. way better than the water setup. I'm not sure if any other build is going to be comparably good to this, but again, the Stormbringer, it just broken weapon. It is nothing is going to be matched like at all from other support weapons. And DKL, yep, old-fashioned, my lovely DKL. What's the case with it? It doesn't feel like break bar, it doesn't feel any damage reduction aspects from bosses, and it has a lot of lightnings which are going to deal some additional damage, and you're just basically spamming with those lightnings, and it deals kinda decent damage, not gonna lie. For the skills, pretty much straightforward. We need one skill to break. I was using the iceberg, the armor break, the water one, and the other one skill is a speed rotation, high speed rotation, the wind break skill, because it's going just to deal some decent amount of damage after using the Stormbringer. The strategy is pretty much straightforward. For the QTs, for break, everything for break. For the blessing stones, reawakening, pulverize, bloodlust, and sharp perception. Nothing special here. For the course, for support units, just whatever to max their total power. Is not that important. For SGW, I just was balancing his stats, and when we're going to have a look at my SGW, he has almost 53k attack, 8k crit rate, 203 crit damage, what else, 23% of defense penetration, 31% of damage increase. Maybe I should work a little bit more on damage increase and try to bring it higher. Maybe it's going to be more important for these battles, for these fights. I didn't try it. I got tired yesterday, not gonna lie. It was a tough one. It was just crazy. Yeah, the challenging aspect is nice, but again, the main question is going to be for how long it's going to last. Is it only the question about the TP or something else, or is it really challenging? I already don't like the fact that, for example, they are providing the water element as a recommended one. It's supposed to push you to use some water weapons, skills, and so on, yeah, to make it easier. But in fact, the wind setup is doing way better than the water setup, which is unfortunate. And oh my god, devs need to fix it, like for real. It's not cool. You're bringing the wind element into resistant one, and why the heck this element is doing way better than the recommended element, even with the fact that it's going to be provided to you certain amount of buffs when you're going to use the water element, and still is doing worse, like several times worse. It's insane. Yeah, but anyways, after speaking about of SGW, now about the hunters. Everything is clear here. The recommended element is wind. The wind team right now, by my feelings, is the best, is the strongest team. Not going to take a lot of time. Again, bosses are going to recover HP. Janai is mandatory, and at a certain level of advancements, if you're not aiming to complete the highest difficulty, do whatever you want. It's not that important. Goto, well, he's supposed to be a great breaker, and he is a great breaker, but again, the whole thing is about the difference in terms of friggin' total power, and he is breaking like a dog shit. With a certain amount of difference, and in my case, if I remember correctly, the difference was 400k TP, which is huge. Yeah, but anyways, overall Janai A5, all the rest A10, and for Shadow Authority Igris 100%. I got way better results. For Iron, defense decrease is important. Beru for punishment is important. Yogurtment as remnant power also kind of matters. And for the gears, 8 pieces grit worked the best way, 8 pieces burning blessing worked the best way, 4 pieces iron wheel and 4 pieces obsidian worked the best way. For the course, I don't remember exactly, but the whole thing that I was pushing the damage increase for Leonard as much as possible. Let me find the core, I believe this one. The rest should be with damage increase, I guess. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, all with the damage increase. Ideally, this one I should have switched from HP percentage to additional HP. Probably I have done so at a certain point. It took me a lot of tries. For Janai, I gave all the cores of level 15 maxed out with damage reduction. Believe it or not, it's not for her survivability, she's not struggling at all, but to gain more TP, and that's it. For Goto, it was also the focus about the all power. These two characters, they deal no damage at all, like 0. But gaining more TP helps, not gonna lie. So with the builds, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you battles, and yeah, probably I should show you the stats for Leonard. Let me see if the build is pretty much correct. Yeah, 47.4k defense, holy shit. 9.5k critical hit rate. I guess I messed something up. Wait a second. Oh yeah, for sure, my bad. I was using one core with critical hit damage, so I had it above 200k, and I used only 2 cores with damage increase, so it was like around 37, 38, something like that. Defense penetration doesn't matter at all, but yeah, the most important stats like defense, you can see critical hit rate was this exactly, crit hit damage, it was above 200, and damage increase was around like 37, 38, something like that. Yep, challenging, cool, interesting. For now, how it's going to be updated from 1 month to another, it's a good question. Is it going to be only about TP or not? It's a good question, and I wish they add a little bit more challenging aspect, not from the point of view like gatekeeping in terms of TP once again, but more about using specific combinations of skills. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the challenge, and it required you to time your attacks and skills precise, use your rotations correctly, and so on. This was an interesting aspect, but again, because I'm not exactly at the level of the recommended total power, I don't know if it's going to be the same. If it's going to be the same, then it's cool. But yeah, we'll have to see how it's going to be next. So far, impressions are kinda good, let's say, but maybe something could have been improved, especially in terms of SGW. Like, I don't know, in terms of recommended elements and how weapons are working, how skills are working, it's a little bit weird to me. With the hunters, again, it requires you to have specific hunters. It's probably a joy for whales, and for them this is going to be entertaining for sure. Yeah, for those who are, let's say, mortals and don't have the exactly hunters that are required here, you're probably going to struggle a lot. So yeah, I mean, I have good impressions on one hand, on the other they're a little bit mixed. But anyways, these are my thoughts. Now I'm going to show you 2 battles, tier 10 and tier 11. Tier 12 there is nothing to show you, that's just madness and craziness. But yeah, hope you're going to enjoy it, find this helpful, and see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Bye. Who needs the water setup?
In the corner of the room, not ready to resume, 'cause like I'm taking, don't wanna be alone, but I'm not in the zone. I'm looking for somebody, I'm looking for somebody, I'm looking for somebody.
And I even have time to switch to Goto and deal some additional damage. 4 seconds. Fuck yeah. Really, man. Holy shit.